Kasi kailangan lang nating ma-establish. I would assume hindi naman po pinanganak kahapon ng ating resource person. Practice po natin sa
Madam
House
Chair, that is a
bago
polite
po-
remark.
na para po tayo ay makapagtalakay ng budget na pinopropose para sa susunod na fiscal year, chine-check natin paano din gumagastos yung mga ahensya even in the current year and in the past year. Also, Madam Chair, Section 162, Rulings as Precedents, rulings on questions raised by members shall form part of the parliamentary practice of the House. At practice po natin since time immemorial na hindi lang po ang proposed budget yung tinatalakay. Kasi yung performance ay dapat bahagi din ng discussion. Yun lang, Madam Chair.
Noted. Honorable friends, could you kindly check if your mic works?
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. So, so yun po, no, yung sinasabi natin kanina, yung payment ng reward, the resource person can answer this. Questionable, tingin ko ay questionable ito. Okay? So, next, according to the accomplishment report, isa sa pinaggamitan ng OVP ng confidential funds ay yung provision of medical and food aid. This is not allowed under the Joint Circular number 2015-01 dahil kailan pa naging confidential fund ang pagbibigay ng ayuda. Or kung ito naman ay ginamit sa mga ginamit na tao or informant in 11 days. So paano kaya ginamit itong 40 million na ito, no, para sa medical and food aid in 11 days, Madam Chair? So yun yung tanong ko. Kung hindi ito ginamit doon sa mga aids, medical aid or food aid, pero paano kaya, Madam Chair, ginamit itong 40 million na ito as a medical and food aid ng ilang tao in 11 days? So, yun po yung tanong natin, Madam Chair.
Madam Vice President.
Madam Chair, the subject of this hearing is the OVP 2025 budget proposal. We do not have an item of confidential funds in the OVP budget proposal.
Honorable friends.
So, may I continue, Madam Chair? Isa sa bumubukol na confidential fund ng OBP noong 2022 ay nasabi ko na, Madam Chair, yung medical and food aid at saka yung mga purchase of supplies. According to the accomplishment report, the OBP spent 40 million for medical and food aid in 11 days. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, Madam Chair, konting math, pumapatak na 3.64 million kada araw ang gastos, no, para sa food and medical aid. So hindi natin maintindihan, Madam Chair, paano ito ginastos in 11 days, no? 3.64 million kada araw dito sa item na ito.
Madam Vice
Do you want to
President.
comment?
Madam Vice President.
I did not call you, ma'am. It was Representative Arroyo who called you.
The chair would like to remind both the resource persons and the members to please wait to be acknowledged before you speak.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Tinawag
you
mo
mean,
ako.
yes,
For what, ma'am?
to respond.
So any comment, Madam Chair, dun sa sinabi natin based dun sa accomplishment report? So kung gagamitan natin ng konting math, 3.64 million kada araw ang gastos para sa medical and food for 11 days. For how many people ba ito?
Madam Chair, the topic and the invitation of the House of Representatives to the Office of the Vice President for this hearing is the 2025 budget proposal. There is no confidential funds in the 2025 budget proposal.
For the information of the body, the letter that we sent, our Madam Vice President, reads as follows. In the second paragraph, we noted the following topics to be discussed: Item number 3 is comparative budget allocation and utilization rate from fiscal year 2019 to 2023. That's item number 3. So I can provide you copies of the letter. So clearly, confidential funds spent in 2022 falls squarely within that. So yes, Honorable Francie, may proceed.
Yes, Madam Chair. So, mukhang hindi na tayo sasagutin ng hindi na ako sasagutin ng ating Vice President. So, sa bawat sagot kasi na ganyan ng ating Vice President, for the record, since ayaw magpaliwanag ang BP, so ibig sabihin nito, yung paggastos ng 125 million ay na pera ng taong bayan ay hindi maipaliwanag. So, yun lang, Madam Chair. Kaya hinihiling natin sa Vice President o OVP na kailangan na maipaliwanag itong mga sinasabing item dito. Anyway, Madam Chair, sa kanila naman ang galing, no, yung utilization at confidential and intelligence fund. And of course, ito lang naman ang hawak ko din dito, yung notice of disallowance. Kaya gusto talaga nating maintindihan, Madam Chair, kung ang notice of disallowance ay, so syempre, papaliwanag pa nila yan, kung paano, di ba? So, kailangan malaman din ng taong bayan na sila yung nagbibigay ng pondo para sa operations ng OVP at lahat ng mga agency. At kailangan yung maipaliwanag. So, hindi pwede yung ganyan na yung tactics na ganyan na parang parang sorry for the pusit, na kapag nasusukol na ang pusit ay nagaano ng maitim na tinta. So, ayaw natin ng ganun, Madam Chair, kasi yung atin namang pinag-uusapan dito ay budget. No? So, wag naman mag-ugaling pusit ang Office of the Vice President.
Madam Chair, may I point of information only, Madam Chair? May I? Madam Chair,
No, sorry, wait. Before you, I'd like to, before we proceed to the next person on the list, I believe that our former President, Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, would like to interject.
Observation made in relation to the point of order, because in the beginning, it was settled that the issue would be the 2025 budget. And in all our hearings, to what I recall, when we want to question something about performance, we question the 2024 budget, not the 2023 budget. What is being questioned now is the 2023 budget, which was discussed very extensively last year. And that is the reason why the House removed the confidential funds. So that issue has already been, to my mind, for purposes of the budget hearing, laid to rest. So that's my observation, Madam Chair.
We note that, Madam former President, but of course we know that yung pong pondo ng 2023 ay of course pwede pa rin maging continuing appropriation hanggang 2024. So in the same way, 2022 pwede maging continuing pa rin 2023. At alam din po natin, last year pinagdebatihan po natin ng matindi itong 2022 confidential funds, and in fact, we left a homework for the COA. Sinabi natin sa kanila na kailangan nilang tapusin ang audit by November, I believe mid-November of last year. And since then, hindi na natin alam kung ano nangyari. So that's the reason for why tinatalakay natin ito. And it's a big amount of money. I believe we owe it to the people to understand what happened. Of course, tinanggal na natin noong 2024. Gusto natin malaman, tama ba yung ginawa natin? Kasi baka naman nagkamali tayo. So, I think it's worth assessing what we did in 2024 in order to know what to do in 2025. So with that, let's proceed with our next
Madam Chair,
interview.
may I?
Is this just a point of order?
Not a point of order, but
We will
I'm
only,
just
you may wish
want
to
to be a
be,
rejoinder of what
you may wish to be, unless it's a point of order, you may wish to be listed. I can put you here, sir.
parliamentary inquiry, Madam Chair.
Yes, you may
Parliamentary inquiry.
proceed.
May I ask if the resource person is required to answer a question that is related to a commission on audit notice of disallowance when she already said she's not going to answer. Also, the notice of disallowance is addressed to the office of the Vice President. And just to make it clear, a notice of disallowance is not a judgment. It is a request. It is an order from the Commission on Audit for the particular office to explain what are the particulars. At saka hindi na yan legislation side. That is already on the accountability side in the budget cycle. So, my parliamentary inquiry, Madam Chair, is that nagsabi na nga siya na hindi siya sasagot and it is related to the COA notice of disallowance. And, just to add, sinabi na rin ni former President, it was thoroughly discussed in the previous year. In fact, tinanggal sa budget ng 2024 yung confidential fund. And we know that there's a pending case on that also. To discuss that further might somehow prejudice or be biased whatsoever. So, yun lang po, Madam Chair.
All right, salamat. On your inquiry, the only requirement is to provide a direct response on the question. Meaning to say, a response that is directly related to the question. Meaning to say, kung may question at ayaw niyo pong sagutin niyo ng diretsahan na hindi po ako sasagot dun sa tanong. Ang problema po kasi, ang response ay naging hindi related dun sa tanong. Halimbawa, may tanong, ang sagot ay paglalarawan doon sa nagtanong. So, hindi naman yon klaro na hindi yon directly related dun sa tanong. Kaya, yun po, I think it's a reasonable ask. If there's a question, you may or may not answer. You're not compelled. But you just please say, I do not wish to answer. That's it. At least we know it's a direct response. And with that, we move to the next
Madam Chair,
person on the list.
Madam Chair.
Madam
Chair.
Hindi na po tayo matatapos.
Yan ang sinabi ko sa iyo kanina. Ayaw mo maniwala sa akin eh. Aabot talaga tayo ng bukas dito. Diba? Madam Chair.
Is this an inquiry regarding...
He said,
Yes, and
Yes,
please,
ma'am.
I remind also our
Yes, ma'am.
resource persons to please act in a respectful manner. Pasensya na po, hindi po kasama sa poder ninyo ang pagpa-fire ng presiding officer ng hearing na to. So yes, you need to
so
proceed
if
po.
you allow members of the House of Representatives lines like what you just said, like pusit, bakit mo ako kinukrucify for saying a fact that somebody is convicted of child abuse sitting in the chair? Pusit, and then I cannot fire the presiding chair. So bakit?
Yes, we
Bakit napaka one-sided nito, ma'am?
noted po.
Dahil ba madami kayo dyan sa kabila at nag-iisa ako dito?
We note all your comments, ma'am, and let us now proceed. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Madam Chair, point of order.
Yes, the Honorable Benny Abante.
I just came in and I hear this. We're not talking about the budget. We're accusing each other here. I'd like to find out from the resource speaker if this is the kind of hearing that we're going to have.
Sir, I am not the presiding officer of this hearing.
I know.
Yes, sir.
But the thing is, you're asking questions, Madam Chair. The resource speaker does not have any right to ask questions. Or do you have?
Where is that
Madam Vice
in your
President,
rules that
Madam
a
Vice
resource
President,
person
this is
cannot
a budget hearing.
request for clarification?
Some order, please. Some order, please. Yes, Honorable Benny Abante, you may proceed.
I'm just asking a question to our resource speaker, you know, because she's asking a question and she's accusing some of the members of this committee. I just would like to find out if we are the ones that have the right to ask questions and her right is to answer the questions of the committee.
Okay, so we
Yun lang po sa akin yung point of order, Madam Chair.
Yes.
I think you understand me,
Silence.
Madam Vice President. Am I right?
No, sir, I'm gonna ask
No, so-
the chair to ask you to clarify what are my
Yeah,
accusations.
please wait to be recognized, ma'am. Pasensya na po. So again, I'd like to remind our resource persons that you are here, you're invited to answer, to present, and you've done that. Thank you very much. And at this point in time, you're here to respond to the questions of our members, and we request you to please respond in a direct way. So, with that, I'd like to recognize from the majority the Honorable Milagros Aquino Magsaysay. You have the floor, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat, sa ating committee chairperson at sa aking mga kasama sa Kongreso at ganun din po sa ating mga panauhin mula sa OVP sa pangunguna ng ating Vice President, Sara Duterte, Carpio at iba pang sangay ng gobyerno. Madam Chair, meron lang po akong dalawang maikling katanungan na nais kong mabigyan ng linaw. Ang una ay nais kong itanong sa OVP kung meron po bang mga programa ang inyong opisina patungkol sa ating mga minamahal na senior citizens. At kung meron po, pwede po bang paki-furnish ang aking office ng listahan para naman po alam ko kung ano po ang isasabihin ko sa aking mga senior citizen na pakinabangan naman sa Office of the Vice President. Pangalawa po, sa COA, nais ko pong itanong para po sa mga hindi masyadong nakakaunawa, pakipaliwanag po kung ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng Notice of Disallowance at ano po ba ang ibig sabihin kung ang iyong opisina ay mabigyan nito. Yan lang po, Madam Chair, at muli magandang hapon po sa lahat.
Okay, salamat. Let's begin with the first question, Madam Vice President.
Madam Chair, we do not distinguish for the recipients of our projects. Senior citizens can readily avail of the medical and burial assistance, the Magnegosyo Taday, and other projects of the OVP, including the kalusugan food trucks during calamities and the libreng sakay. So, ma'am, hindi po kami nag-exclude ng mga senior citizens. Welcome po sila lahat sa mga projects ng Office of the Vice President.
Salamat, Madam Vice President. So, pwede kong sabihin sa aking mga senior citizens na pwede silang mag-avail ng medical assistance and financial assistance.
Yes, ma'am, of course. And
Thank
then
you.
we do have the senior citizen express lane, ma'am, for senior citizens
Thank you.
sa aming mga opisina. Your second question, ma'am, is the notice of
Madam
disallowance.
Vice President, I believe that was addressed to
Sa
the
ko
COA.
po inano yung question.
So,
Okay.
which means the chair recognizes our Assistant Commissioner Alexander Juliano, sir.
Madam Chair, good afternoon. Ang notice of disallowance po ay, ang ibig sabihin niya, hindi pwede yung expenditure kasi either irregular, unnecessary, excessive, extravagant, or unconscionable. Pero hindi po nangangahulugan na pagka may notice of disallowance ay yun na yung final kasi meron pa pong appeal process sa commission. Hanggang hindi po na-resolve ng commission proper yan, doon po masasabi talaga na yung ground ng notice of disallowance ay tama. Pero meron pa rin pong karapatan ng persons liable na mag-apila sa Supreme Court po. Ang final determination po doon sa notice of disallowance ng Supreme Court.
So, ibig sabihin po nito, kung may notice of disallowance po, ay ibig sabihin hindi tama yung paggastos ng pondo. Ganun po ba yon?
Yun po yung naging evaluation ng auditor na nag-audit po ng
Okay.
transaction.
Salamat po. That's all, Madam Chair. Thank you very much.
Salamat. Next to interpolate from the minority, we have the Honorable Arlene Brosas.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, first of all, Madam Chair, I would like to ask that it be stricken from the record yung talks about issues related to the case of Congresswoman Franz Castro because it is not related in the budget hearing. Madam Chair.
Honorable Brosas, could you please introduce the appropriate motion?
Yes, Madam Chair, I move that it be stricken off the record the issues pertaining or related to the case of Honorable Franz Castro, which was said by the resource person. Madam Chair.
Okay. Is there an objection? Hearing none, the same is
Objection,
approved.
Madam Chair.
What is the objection?
Objection is it is a fact that there was a conviction. Period, Madam Chair.
And
Yes, Madam
Honorable
Chair, I believe it is not related to the briefing and it is being appealed right now. So Madam Chair, wala po tayo sa disposition para pag-usapan yun dito. And Madam Chair, ang hinihiling ko lang ay tanggalin yun sa record, Madam Chair. And it is very, I think it is reasonable to ask that of the committee, Madam Chair.
right, given that there is an objection, we divide house. Before we divide house, the Honorable Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo.
Madam Chair, before on my part, before I can decide on whether I will agree or join the objection, I've not heard of this case before. Can we know a little bit more about this case?
Madam Chair.
Yeah, Alvarez, I believe that this is not the proper forum to discuss the case. So, but,
By the House overdo it.
so, with all due respect, Madam
Madam Chair,
Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, yes,
I just want to make a
before we
motion,
divide-
Madam Chair.
we need to rule on
That's
the
in line. That's in line with the Office of the Vice President, talking about the case of Franz Castro and our Honorable Aaron Rosas. Once that all the records about the utterances be deleted from this hearing. I also move, Madam Chair, that yung utterances ni Franz Castro na illegal yung disbursement, hindi siya dapat ang magpaliwanag ng illegal. So I want to have that taken off the record. Thank you.
Madam Chair, can I explain why I voted in the negative?
okay,
Just an
let's-
explanation, Madam Chair. You know, Madam Chair, I have been in the Congress, this Congress for a long time.
excuse me,
Let me explain, Madam Chair.
Kung si-
This is very relevant,
Let us
Madam Chair, very
first-
relevant. Very relevant. Just give me a few minutes. You know, I have been in this Congress for a long time. Even in the plenary, even in the committee hearing, kapag sinabi mo, be stricken off the record, nandyan pa rin yung words. Ilagyan lang ng underline, parang i-cross. Di ba? So, nababasa pa rin yun. And, kaya nga, sabi ko, i-strike mo from the record or not, nandyan pa rin yung words, hindi yun mawala. I-cross lang yan. Maraming matatagal na dito sa Kongreso. Look at the records. It says, for example, what you say, Claudio Bautista is handsome. And you want to say, you want to strike that from the record, i-cross lang yan. And it's still there. Yun, Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you. That is duly noted. And as we vote, you can take note of the observation of the Honorable Sid Ungab. So, those in favor of the motion, please raise your hands. To strike out the utterances in relation to the case.
Madam Chair, Madam Chair, clarificatory.
Yes, Honorable
Just to
Billy.
be clarified, there was a prior motion to strike off the records utterances in relation to the alleged case of the Honorable Franz Castro. There was another motion, I believe, to also strike off the record the.
No. We do it
Yeah, so
sequentially
can,
first.
can we request the chair to
Reiterate, yes. Okay, so there is a motion introduced by Arlene Brosas. Could you please repeat?
Madam Chair, may I move that the issues and the words pertaining to the specifically to the case of Honorable Franz Castro be stricken off the record. It was made, or the utterances were made by specifically by the Vice President, Madam Chair.
So those in favor of the motion, again, to delete, raise your hand. And the committee secretary, kindly take note of the votes. Those who are not in favor of the motion, this time please raise your hands. Okay, so the vote.
46 for the
Okay, those in favor, 46. Those not in favor, 2. So the motion is carried. Sorry, those not in favor, 3. So with that, the motion is carried.
Madam Chair, there was
Now,
a,
there
there was
is
a
a-
motion, additional motion.
And there is a second motion introduced by the Honorable Jose Alvarez. Could you kindly reiterate the
The
motion?
other motion, Madam Chair, is to strike off the records the utterances of our Honorable Franz Castro about the illegality of the way that the ACOA reported the NDA, and as far as she is concerned, she is not the final judge on whether that notice of allowance already final or not. Thank you.
Madam Chair, may I explain?
Yes, Honorable Franz
So, yung
Castro.
sinabi ko po, Madam Chair, kanina, on the comment on the notice of the disallowance worth 73.287 million, sinabi ko po, ito po ay illegal in accordance with the joint circular. Tama naman po, no? Kasi hindi to tumutugma doon sa mga letters according to the joint circular. So, yun po yung tinutukoy ko, Madam Chair. Hindi ko naman sinasabing, wala naman po akong binanggit na final na ito. No? Sinabi lang
Madam
natin na hindi ito in accordance with the joint circular, Madam Chair. Thank you po.
And to Honorable Alvarez, is that the statement that you wish to be stricken off the record?
Yeah, with the ones that she said that is illegal, because the notice of disallowance, the office of any government office has the right to appeal the decision of the COA, and before the exit conference on the appeal could be formulated, there is nobody guilty of any offense.
I second the motion, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, was it objected to, the motion of Representative Alvarez? Kasi we can only proceed with the voting if there's...
Is there any objection? Is there any objection to the motion of the Honorable Alvarez?
Yes, I'd like to explain my objection.
Yes,
Madam
please,
Chair.
the Honorable
I think nasa po yun, nasa task ng ating committee secretariat to accurately quote and put kung ano talaga ang nasabi ng ating colleague. So yun na po ang magiging batayan, and it's up to the members of the House and the public to appreciate kung ano yung mga nasabi. But I believe that the topic is really connected to our discussion right now, which is how the OVP used its budget and how it will use its future budget, Madam
Yes.
Chair.
1 minute suspension while we produce a transcript so I can read the exact statement. Right, 1 minute suspension. The budget briefing is hereby resumed. So the transcript shows the following statement by the Honorable Franz Castro. And I quote, "So, dahil may notice of disallowance, ang ibig sabihin, Madam Chair, illegal ito at not in accordance with the joint circular with the COA, DBM, and the related agencies." So yun po ang nasabi na statement na kung saan may word na illegal. So the Honorable Alvarez, what is your pleasure?
I still insist on removing that utterances dahil papainit lang yan sa ating mga resource person, Madam Chair. Including yung pusit. Tanggalin mo na yan dyan para walang mag-init dito. Para tuloy-tuloy na yung discussion natin. Thank you.
Okay, so those in favor of the motion to strike of the word illegal and pusit, raise your hand. Comsec. $11. And those not in favor, raise your hand. So those in favor, 13, those not in favor, 15. So the motion is overruled. So,
Madam Chair,
yes,
I also would like to make a motion that we strike on the record the statement of the Vice President. Nung sinabi niya, marami kayo dito, ako nag-iisa lang. I therefore move that the statement be stricken out the record. I so move, Madam Chair.
is there any objection?
Madam Chair, this is not an objection. We are outnumbered. However, may I make this statement that kahit itatanggal yan, you can look back at the records, makikita pa rin kasi as I have said earlier, whatever sentence or sentences paragraph nandun, ilalagyan lang yan, i-cross out. Mababasa pa rin yan ng future generations.
Yes, thank you, the Honorable Unga, for reiterating a point that you made earlier. So please, everyone, please remember, it's a very important point.
Madam
So,
Chair.
anyway, yes, the Honorable.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. I stepped out to go to the restroom earlier, and there was a voting already being counted by the COMSEC, and the motion was to strike out, if I may recall it earlier, when Congressman Manong Pete Alvarez moved that the words illegal and the pusit should be striked out from the record. Madam Chair, I am the sponsor of the proposed budget for the OVP, and personally, I do not. I'm really saddened by the way this committee deliberation is developing and progressing. There have been so many words that are not supposed to be said in this committee deliberation. I hope for decorum, proper decorum. I hope for respect. We don't need to like each other, but we have to maintain respect between one another. So my vote is because I want a clean record where no words that would violate the decorum of this committee proceedings. I move that I vote for the striking out of the words pusit and the word illegal from the record, Mr. Chair. Let it be counted on the record, Madam Chair. So for the final tally, Madam Chair, I request the COMSEC to please update the counting.
Thank you. And the final count is, I believe, 15 not in favor, and 14, oh, sorry, yes. Oh, 15 not in favor and 14 in favor. So the motion is overruled. But thank you very much, the Honorable Adyong, for reminding us on how we should all behave. It goes for all members as well as our guests today. Amen, sir. We've heard you loud and clear. So salamat. Our next...
The motion, Madam
Oh,
Chair.
yes, sorry. Is there any objection to the motion introduced by the Honorable Benyabante? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
I would like also to manifest that I voted to strike the statements of my dear colleagues on the Vice President. I'd like you to know that.
Right. Thank you. So the next to interpolate is from the minority. We have the Honorable Eileen Brosas.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I have very simple questions, Madam Chair. I hope the VP can answer this. Can the OVP confirm that it requested and was granted the amount of 125 million for the confidential expenses for 2022 despite having no provision for a line item on confidential funds, Madam Chair?
Madam Vice President.
Madam Chair, that is the subject of Supreme Court cases.
So, Eileen,
Madam Chair,
please proceed. Yes.
yes, Madam Chair, ang tanong ko lang po ay simple, no? Kung may provision, kung may line item o wala. So, Madam Chair, kung hindi po sinasagot, I will go on to my next question,
please
Madam
proceed.
Chair. Maaari rin bang kumpirmahin ng OVP na ang 125 million confidential funds na nirequest nito noong 2022 ay ginamit lamang mula December 21 hanggang December 31, 2022, Madam Chair?
Madam Vice President.
Madam Chair, that is a subject of Supreme Court cases.
Yes. Madam Chair, obviously, ayaw tayong sagutin, Madam Chair, kasi, Madam Chair, pera ng taong bayan ito, Madam Chair, no? Yun po yung nakalagay dito. At karapatan na malaman ito ng bawat isa sa atin, Madam Chair, it is a matter of public interest. At humihingi po tayo ng transparency and accountability kaugnay dito, Madam Chair. So, Madam Chair, kung hindi po sasagutin yung 2 questions ko, baka naman yung 3rd, Madam Chair, masagot. Ayon sa ipinasang accomplishment report, utilization of confidential and intelligence funds ng OVP, ginamit ang 125 million para sa safe implementation of OVP initiatives and confidence building. Ano itong safe implementation of OVP initiatives and confidence building? Ano po yung programa sa ilalim nito, Madam Chair?
Madam Vice President.
Madam Chair, the first 2 questions are exactly the questions that were submitted to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the correct venue to answer those questions because there are pending cases there already. Sa pangatlong tanong niya, that is our answer, nakalagay doon sa aking opening statement, we cooperate with all the audit actions of the Commission on Audit. So, lahat yan sinasagot namin sa tamang venue. Kinestyon kami sa Supreme Court, sumagot kami sa Supreme Court. Kinestyon kami sa COA, sumagot kami sa COA.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. No, precisely, kaya ko po tinatanong to, Madam Chair. If you remember, we requested, actually hindi nga kami nag-request eh, nag-request kami na isabina doon sa STACOM yung audit report because we would like to be appraised doon sa nilalaman, Madam Chair. Kaya po tayo nagtanong. And since the VP is saying na merong Supreme Court, may we have a copy, Madam Chair, of the Supreme Court no na kanilang kaso, Madam Chair. Pwede ba yun i-disclose sa atin, Madam Chair? Do you have a copy of that, Madam Chair?
Of course not. I am not the Supreme Court. They should request doon sa Supreme Court.
The Honorable Eileen Brosas, proceed please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Obviously, ayaw tayo sagutin, no? Kaugnay sa ating mga hiling at sa ating mga katanungan, Madam Chair. Dapat po masagot tayo, no? Very specific kung ano yung ginawa, no? Sa pera ng taong bayan. Kasi pera ng taong bayan to Madam Chair. Kasi Madam Chair, sa accomplishment report na ipinasa ng OVP sa loob lamang ng December 21 to 31, 2022, gumastos ang OVP ng first, 14 million para sa purchase of information, 10 million para sa payment ng reward, 16 million para sa rental of incidental expenses para sa maintenance ng safe houses, 35 million para sa purchase ng supplies, 40 million para sa medical and food aid, 10 million para sa incentives o traveling relative to the confidential operations. So, Madam Chair, sa Joint Circular Number 2015-01 ng COA, DBM, DILG, GCG, DND na naglalaman ng guidelines on the entitlement, release, use, reporting, and audit of confidential or intelligence funds, hindi kasama sa paggagamitan ng confidential funds ang medical at food aid. Kaya saan ginamit ng OVP ang 40 million para sa medical and food aid? Ito ay pinakamalaking confidential funds budget na nilaan ng OVP. Kaya po dapat sagutin tayo no ng OVP kaugnay dito, Madam Chair.
Madam Vice President.
Yes, Madam Chair. In my opening statement, we said on the issue of confidential funds, we have received audit actions regarding the confidential funds of the OVP. We have submitted our responses and we assure our full cooperation with the ongoing audit.
Please proceed, Honorable Brosas.
I am reiterating, Madam Chair, na ayon sa 4.0 General Guidelines number 48, the CF or the confidential fund shall be used only for the following: purchase of information necessary for the formulation and implementation of program activities and projects relevant to the national security and peace and order. So, Madam Chair, ito po yung nilalabag nun, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, rental of transport vehicles, rentals and incidental expenses, purchase of rental or supplies, 4.85, payment of rewards, uncover, prevent illegal activities, 4.87, others na authorized ng GAA, Madam Chair. So yun lang ang pinapayagan at wala po doon ang medical and food aid, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, sa next question ko po, sa date ng liquidation report, date na lang to date na lang ng liquidation report ng OVP, Madam Chair. Para sa period ng December 21 to 31, 2022, sinubmit ito noong January 10, 2023. But the certification date was January 10, 2022. At ninotarize ito ng January 16, 2023. Maaari po bang ipaliwanag ito ng OVP, Madam Chair?
Do you mean January 10, 2023?
Yeah, January 10, notarize ng January 16, 2023.
Yes.
Yeah.
Madam Vice President.
Madam Chair, I will forgo the opportunity to defend the OVP 2025 budget proposal by question and answer. I will leave it to the House of Representatives to decide on the 2025 budget.
Honorable Brosas, you may proceed.
Madam Chair, ayaw tayo sagutin, Madam Chair. Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit tayo ayaw sagutin. Napakasimple po ng mga tanong natin. It is about dates. It is about confirming yung mga dates, Madam Chair. So ayaw tayo sagutin at sa harap no ng publiko. Ang publiko po ay may karapatang malaman ito. Kaya po tayo nagka-question kaugnay dito, Madam Chair. This is about transparency and accountability, and it doesn't exempt the office of the Vice President. No, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Madam Vice President.
she may not like my answer. She may not like how I answer. She may not like the content of my answer. But I am answering. I do not have to answer to her. If I want to answer to the people,
Yes, we note that, Madam Vice President.
if I want to answer to the people,
You may proceed, Honorable
Yes,
Process.
Madam Chair.
Madam
We
Chair,
are
kailangan
already
pong
cooperating with the Supreme
Tama,
Court
Madam Chair.
cases.
Ang
and the
dokumentong
Commission on
ipinapasa sa
Ethics.
opisyal ng gobyerno, Madam Chair. I believe yun po ang kailangan natin gawin, ano? Sa isang simpleng mamamayan, kapag
Madam Chair.
nagkamali ka ng kahit isa sa
Diba?
form na sasagutin,
Please wait
Madam
to be
Chair.
acknowledged. Yes, Honorable Process, please
Yes,
proceed.
nagpapasa tayo
Diba,
ng application. Kailangan tama ang
Kung
nakalagay,
hindi
Madam
niya naman
Chair.
gusto kung paano ako
Ipapaulit
sumagot
sa'yo
at
kapag nagkamali.
sumasagot
Ganyan din ang
ako.
gobyerno.
Wait to be acknowledged,
Diba?
Madam Vice President. Isa-isa lang
Hindi
po tayo,
naman
tayo
pwedeng sabihin nyo na
magkakaintindihan.
hindi ako sumasagot dahil hindi niya gusto yung sagot ko.
Yes, isa-isa lang po tayo magsasalita. So yes, Honorable Process.
Yes,
Please proceed and continue.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, kailan sinabmit ng OVP ang liquidation report ng 2022 confidential fund sa Intelligence and Confidential Fund Audit Office ng Commission on Audit? Yan, Madam Chair, siguro naman masasagot tayo ng OVP, Madam Chair.
Madam Vice President.
I will forgo the opportunity to defend the OVP 2025 budget proposal. By question and answer, I will leave it to the House of Representatives to decide on the proposal.
Honorable Process. Proceed, please.
Yes, Madam Chair, simple questions of dates, no, Madam Chair, hindi na tayo sinasagot. I don't think so nasasagutin niya tayo sa iba pa. So, Madam Chair, let me run down my questions, ano, sa iba pa. Madam Chair, yung pagtanong ko sa kailan sinabmit, tapos kung kaya, ibig sabihin yung liquidation report na dated January 10, 2023, it was only submitted to ICFAO on September 18, 2023. And Madam Chair, pinrocess ang confidential funds na ito noong 2022. Tatanungin ko rin sana kung aware ang OVP sa Joint Circular number 2015-01.
Kindly wind up.
And Madam Chair, for the record, kasi Madam Chair, ang nakalagay sa item 6.2.2.7 no, ng Joint Circular, all cash advances for CF, for the confidential fund, or intelligence fund shall be liquidated at year-end, Madam Chair. So yun po yung reason kung bakit natin tinatanong, kasi lumagpas. Ibig sabihin, hindi nagko-comply ang OVP sa deadline na nakalagay sa joint circular na dapat niliquidate na ang cash advance para sa confidential funds ng 2022 noong December 2022 pa lamang. Yun po yung year-end niya. Pero nakita niyo naman January. So Madam Chair, those are simple questions na kayang-kayang sagutin ng OVP, but never na sinagot ng OVP, Madam Chair. So, Madam Chair, sana man lang kahit paligoy-ligoy, ano, hindi sinagot talaga Madam Chair. So, thank you, Madam Chair.
Next to interpolate is...
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Yes. Hindi po totoo yung sinasabi ni Representative Brosas na hindi ako sumagot. Hindi sumagot ang Office of the Vice President. We cooperated with the cases in the Supreme Court. There are 4 cases in the Supreme Court. And then we cooperated with all the audit actions of the Commission on Audit. Now, I will forgo the opportunity to defend the Office of the Vice President 2025 budget proposal by question and answer, and I will leave it to the House of Representatives to decide on that proposal.
Madam Chair, last lang, Madam Chair. This is the Congress, Madam
Magpalista ka na
Chair.
lang sa round 2, Honorable Process.
Yes, sasabihin ko lang, Madam Chair, na proper forum ito para malaman natin ang lahat. This is a proper forum. Ang Kongreso po ang dapat nag-aalam niya. Thank you.
Right, so next to interpolate is Honorable Micaela Angela Swansing.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, my line of questioning would be based on the different documents submitted by the Committee on, the Commission on Audit and Compliance to the subpoena duces tecum, as well as the accomplishment reports submitted by the Office of the Vice President. So, Madam Chair, I prepared a few slides for presentation to the committee. Madam Chair, may I request for the permission of this committee to show the slides on the screen?
Committee Secretary, kindly upload.
Madam Chair, given the volume of the documents, I have created this chart to summarize all the pertinent information with regard to all of these documents summarized across the different quarters. First, I would like to highlight the number of days by which the 125 million pesos was spent across the 4 quarters. In the first quarter, it was spent within 11 days. That is the period of December 21 to 31, 2022. For the first quarter of 2023, it was spent in 52 days between February and March, 67 days for Q2 2023, and 79 days for Q3 2023. And if you average that out, Madam Chair, as you can see there, we're looking at 11 million, 2 million, 1 million, and another 1 million for each of the quarters. And here, Madam Chair, I would like to now move to the highlights of the findings of the Commission on Audit. So here we will see, I've segmented the 125 million between the two. First is allowed in audit and either disallowed in audit or questioned in audit. So for the fourth quarter of 2022, which is the subject of the notice of disallowance, we can see here, Madam Chair, that out of the 125 million pesos in confidential funds utilized from December 21 to 31, 2022, 73.287 million was disallowed in audit by the Commission on Audit, and I will give the Commission on Audit the time as well later to elaborate on that. And 51.7 million was disallowed in audit, allowed in audit. Here, Madam Chair, you would see that across the 3 succeeding quarters, while not yet or not subjected to the notice of disallowance, has already received the audit order memorandum with particular findings. So here, Madam Chair, you would see that on average, 53%, 49%, and 28% of the amount in question was questioned by COA in the succeeding AOM. So perhaps, Madam Chair, I will do that as well, divided per day, just to contextualize it. So for the fourth quarter of 2022, 6.66 million pesos on average daily was disallowed in audit out of the 11.3 million pesos spent by the OVP between the period of December 21 to 31, 1.2 million in the next quarter, 925,000 in the next quarter, and 443,000 in the next quarter. So, Madam Chair, I will stop here for now and throw a question to COA, if I may, Madam Chair, to the Assistant Commissioner. May he please elaborate on the grounds for the fourth quarter of 2022 for the disallowance of the 73 million, which translates to 58.6% of the expenditure. May I ask COA as to the nature of the disallowance, and for the succeeding quarters, may we ask COA, Madam Chair, to elaborate on the nature of the issuance of the questions under the AOM. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Assistant Commissioner Juliano, you have the floor, sir.
Madam Chair, may I be allowed to explain the reason of my presence in this budget hearing?
Yes, please
This
proceed.
is in connection with the invitation of Honorable Elizalde to our chairperson, Gamaliel Cordova, who is now attending a Senate hearing on the revised audit code of the Philippines. And he instructed me to represent him in relation to the subpoena duces tecum issued by the Committee on Appropriations. I would like to explain that we have a dedicated office that is the Intelligence and Confidential Fund Audit Unit that exclusively audits the Intelligence and Confidential Fund. It is not revealed to any other office, even my office. I am overseeing the special services sector and local government audit sector. Thus, I could not give you the details or the specifics about the audit of the disallowance. And we already submitted our compliance with the committee. And I'm not the proper person to explain the details of the notice of disallowance. Thank you.
Honorable Swansing.
Madam Chair, the reasons behind these disallowances and the questions under the AOM are detailed in the notice of disallowances and the AOM. So in the absence of a response from COA, may I quickly highlight, Madam Chair, the highlights of the different documents?
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the notice of disallowances, the nature pertain in the non-compliance with item 4.8.5B of Joint Circular Number 2015-01, which is the non-submission of documents evidencing success of information gathering and or surveillance activities. And for the others, Madam Chair, COA did not allow the inclusion of rewards of various goods as supplies, as indicated in the menu category. And that is actually, Madam Chair, very similar across the board. You would see that the AOMs have a very similar nature in terms of the questions posed by COA. It really pertains on the same issues at hand. If I may request COMSEC to please move to the next slide.
Yes, but you have 30 seconds left.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I will wrap up.
Yes, please.
Slide 3, please. Pakilakihan, please, COMSEC. Here, Madam Chair, as you would see across the board for every single one of the quarters in question,